Hello, hello. Alrighty, welcome to my live stream today, guys. Hopefully the connection is smooth sailing for us. We weren't able to get on yesterday's stream because I wasn't able to get on the platform. I wasn't really sure what was happening, but hopefully today will be smooth and we have no issues popping up. The connection seems to be beautiful. Today's going to be another stream where we're going to be talking about futures and spot trading. We're going to have a couple more live streams this coming week because on the weekend I won't be able to live stream. But that's kind of exciting because hopefully we'll get some new audience members coming in during the week instead of the weekend. So yeah, I hope you guys are able to enjoy my live stream today. I just want to let you know for the top news that has been happening in cryptocurrency. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've read that Coinbase Layer 2 network base returns online after a roughly 2-hour outage on Thursday, attributing to the downtime of a consensus issue. Okay, and then Bitcoin rebounds to nearly $60,000 in relief bonus, while Asian equities, including the Kospi and Nexo, sink after sharp Wall Street losses. So who knows, guys, maybe the time to buy in is now because prices are lower than they ever have been. SharpLink resumes buying after an 8-month pause as the token hits a 2026 low, with CEO Joseph Chalem citing catalysts that have begun to materialize. Then we also have stablecoin X bets on the Ethereum ecosystem with its Nasdaq debut on Friday as USDE circulating supply has shrunk 70% from its October peak above $14 billion. And then for BitGo, it cuts 15% of its staff to sharpen focuses on AI and stablecoins, with co-founder Mike Belshe calling the layoffs a one-time action with no further reductions planned. That's a bit of a shame. We're seeing this a lot of places that people are going to AI, and I totally get it. As like a business owner, it is the smart thing to do to save funds. But also, I hope you realize that the people who have been with your company from the beginning also have been supporting you, and it'd be nice to continue their support. So I don't know. There's a couple companies that are going big on AI, and people are trying to boycott them. It's a weird one. Like, yes, you want to save money as a company owner and you want to cut costs and make sure things are as smooth as possible. But at the same time, like, why? Help the people who have been there with you this whole time. As someone who has definitely been affected by AI, I'm not the biggest fan of replacing humans with AI. I think we can work side by side with AI and make our work more efficient, and then we can expand the kind of work that we do. But I don't think we need to completely get rid of our human workers and just rely on AI when we don't fully understand the capabilities that we're able to do with it just yet. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on AI. I'm definitely, my line of work, I've not needed it as much. Sometimes like I'll use like Google's, what is it, Gemini, I believe it's called, as like, because sometimes if you're searching on Google, you automatically are using Gemini because they are using that as part of the search engine. I try not to go out of my way too much and go on an AI. Sorry, my cat has the zoomies right now. She's zooming around everywhere. But yeah, so I myself try not to use it too much, but like my mum, she's an author and she definitely uses it for like not writing the book, but for ideas. And that's always really helpful. And then people who work in admin, it's beneficial. I just feel like we can use it to help us be more efficient. I just don't think it needs to replace us. So that's my cup of tea for that. But yeah, so for today's live stream, we're going to be going over our futures and spot trading. We've done this in the past, but hopefully today we're going to be cramming it all into one, so it'll be more fast paced, and hopefully if you guys have already watched this, you guys will then have a better idea of how to do it as well. As per normal, if you guys have not already registered to SuperEx and are interested, remember guys, if you're not interested, don't stress. I'm just here to share something and some knowledge that if it piques your interest, you can go look into it more. If you are not in the mood, why not stay for the stream and see if you learn something new and see if maybe that's something that would change down the line. But yeah, I totally get it. I use SuperEx because, especially with AI coming around, I always have told myself that I wanted to learn new hobbies, think of new ways to bring money in. And especially with spot trading and futures, there's really good tips that I'll be able to give you guys today to make sure that if you are putting money into this, you are in a safe enough place that if you lost, it's not gonna like wipe you out. It's just gonna be a little dip, whereas the wins can be really good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be here today, is to help you guys understand that it doesn't need to be a big risk what you're doing when you're doing any cryptocurrencies. But yeah, so I hope you guys are able to take something away from today and maybe apply this for, be it on SuperEx or another platform. That's completely up to you. I just love SuperEx because it's made it so beginner friendly for me. I only started trading less than 2 months ago, and I feel like I'm definitely getting a hang of things, and I love the confidence I have been able to grow with this platform because they've just made it so easy and straightforward for me. But yeah, so if anyone is new, just popping in right now, a quick little overview of what crypto is. Cryptocurrency is digital money that exists online. It isn't controlled by a bank or government. Instead, it runs on blockchain technology, which securely records transactions in a transparent way. Love that. So some common examples are Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT. Bitcoin is often seen as like digital gold. Ethereum powers applications, and USDT is a stable coin that stays close to the $1. So on SuperEx, there are like three main things that we're going to do. If you are not familiar with depositing into your account, we have previous uploads of my live streams that you guys can go check out. I'm not going to be going over that today. What I am going to be going over is spot trading and futures. So we'll be going over them. But yeah, I hope you guys have a bit of a brief understanding of what cryptocurrency is before you get into trading, because I think it's quite important that you understand where your money is going and what it's happening with it. But yeah, all right, so today let's start off with spot trading. Alrighty, let's go find our spot. I'll open a new window for that. That is very interesting. Why are you not loading? You loaded just fine. Don't tell me that. What? No, 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 no. Of course. Let's see what's happening here. You guys were just loading just now. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. I don't know why we're having a bit of an issue today, but if I have to change to a different, didn't really want to change to a different VPN because then that will mess up my live stream a little bit. All right, let me just check which of my VPNs are running as smoothly as possible. Oh, this is frustrating. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to see if on my phone, if I change to different, a different server, if things will go a bit more smoothly for me. That's really interesting. So like I'm on my other browser right now. And it's saying Safari can't open because the server unexpectedly dropped the connection. This sometimes occurs when the server is busy. Wait a few minutes, then try again. I don't really want to change up my VPN just now. All right, give me 1 second. Babe, can I have your laptop for a sec? All right, guys, I'm going to try changing up the VPN on a different laptop just to see if maybe that is something that we can do. Thank you. All right, give me 1 second, guys. We're going to keep the live stream going. Just, okay, let me see if I change to a different. All right, let's check the connectivity. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's really happening. All right, I might have to stop the live stream and then start again. Okay. Oh. That's interesting. All right, let's see if that helps. Okay, it's still not loading on this website. All right, let's try a different one. Because once we know if one of them is starting to work, I can then change it onto mine. I just don't want to be changing them back and forth if the connection... All right, let's pop you on here. Because I often use the Aussie one. This is so bizarre. How is none of them working? All right, guys, I reckon what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to stop the live stream. And try to figure this out. And if I can't get this figured out, I won't be able to stream today. Well, that's super frustrating. Yeah, it's not loading. Okay. All right, guys, for the time being, I am going to stop the stream just because I don't think you guys really need to see me talk with an empty page behind me of nothing happening. Even though I would love to continue the live stream, I do feel like I don't think I have any images that I could really show to... Yeah, I feel like... Okay, I could. I just... All right, guys. We can try a little bit of like a... where I upload images instead to show you guys what's happening. Oh, I just feel like that's not... Let me see if I've got SuperEx into... All right, bear with me 1 second, guys. I think we'll probably only be able to do one. We won't be able to do future trading today. We'll probably just have to try it on spot. Alright, what I'll have to do is just make some screenshots then. Alright, bear with me 1 second, guys. You probably can hear me going ding ding with my little screenshots. So this was like a kind of like a how-to when I first started learning how to trade. I made some edits. I took some screenshots and put some like little information bubbles to help me out. Ooh, sorry. As a bit of a side note, my cat for the first time was going to check out the litter box and she didn't go in. So I'm hoping... How many images do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 there. Let me minimize you for a second. This is incredibly frustrating that this is gonna happen for today's live stream, but it happens, so not much we can do about that. All right, bear with me 1 second, guys. I am gonna... Oops, sorry. You guys probably lost everything just then for a second. You got the first picture. 5. Sorry guys, I just need to obviously make sure that everything is as clear as possible, especially if I'm going to be doing these images. Who knows? We might not even do the full live stream. I'm just going to try my best and see how we go. Alright, that's the 5th one. And then I think you... the next one. Okay. Okay, we have something to go on now. Alright, I just need to... Okay, let me just move my image to be forward. Why are you not allowing me to move you? Very interesting. Maybe during the live stream it doesn't want me to make too many edits on that. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna bring that to the full screen. If, of course, the website decides to agree with us in a little bit, I will do my best and swap to the actual platform. But for now, this is a screen grab of when I previously took. So remember, the numbers are going to be a little bit different, okay? So everything's going to be a little bit different, but hey, for today's live stream, let's just go with it and see if we're able to get through, okay? I do apologize that a big portion of today's live stream has been me troubleshooting how to do today's live stream. But hey, we're going to try and see how we go. Okay, so bit of an overview. This is what the SuperEx spot trading screen will look like. I know it can be a little bit hectic at first. It's actually super simple. There are only 4 areas, and luckily you can see all the numbers up here that you really need to pay attention to. Area 1. The top left, okay? You can see this is your pair sector. So at the top it says Bitcoin and USDT. That's what I have normally loaded on for mine. You can change it to any token in seconds. You just have to click onto that, okay? The big chart in the middle, which you guys can't really see too much right now, but there's big, where I've got number 2 area selected right here. This is your trading chart. That's where it's going to have all the big graphs of what's happening depending on how Bitcoin has moved throughout the time. And remember, Bitcoin had a big drop last week, so that would actually be a really interesting graph to check out. So you can switch between 1 minute, 15 minutes, hourly, daily, whatever fits your style. And then let's move over to the right, and we have our order book. This kind of shows you just shows you the order book. Like, buys are in green, sells are in red. This is in real time. Don't really worry about that for now too much, because we don't need to stress about that. That's for down the line when you're a bit more familiar with trading. And then on the far right, all the way on the right, number 4, that's kind of where the magic happens. That's the trading panel. That's the only area we're really going to interact with today. Okay. Now I'm going to go change you to the second image. Okay. Next, we're going to look at our 2 different tabs. We'll see buy in green and sell in red. We are ideally going to be buying Bitcoin today. So I'd be clicking buy instead of the red one, okay? And then right underneath that, you're going to see a couple little options. We have limit, market, stop market. I always choose limit. Why? It's because a market order buys at whatever the price the market is right now. You kind of have no control, where a limit order says, I only buy Bitcoin if it drops to my price. It pretty much says that you are in control of what is happening, and that's way better, okay? Kind of a tip that I've always been told is that's how the pros do it. Okay, let's change to another backdrop. We're doing speed through right now, because I want to make sure that you guys get everything you can in the time that we have allotted. Okay, so if we move back over to the left hand of our screen, if you want to trade something other than Bitcoin, that's how you'd switch the pairs, okay? So I have it currently always on Bitcoin and USDT. That's just what I have an interest in right now. And then there's a drop down that appears. In the search bar, once you've clicked into it, you can type in any token, ET, ETH, SOL, BNB, anything. SuperEx has thousands of pairs. Then there's going to be a tab that comes up, and it's going to say you can filter by category: spot for crypto, stock for US stocks. That's right, we have US stock market, so you can kind of trade Apple, Tesla, whatever you like. Then we have free market for community listed tokens, and so on. All right. And then, as you see, I've highlighted the third portion there. That's where the rest of the list is going to come down. The most popular pairs, as I normally do, I'm going to stick to Bitcoin and USDT today, so we can move on from that page. All right, this is what the next page would look like, okay? This is the trading panel that we're going to go back to. We're going to set our buy price. So Bitcoin is definitely not at this price right now. Bitcoin has actually dropped a whole bunch. But at the time of my screenshot, Bitcoin was sitting around $78,200. But what I had done in my demo was I thought it was going to dip a little bit. So I offered $78,000 exactly. And then you click the price field up here and type in 78,000. So as you can see up there, I did do exactly that. And then I screenshotted it. So pretty much what that means is if I typed in 78,000, my order would sit in the order book, and the moment Bitcoin touches 78,000 USDT, my buy fills automatically. Until then, nothing happens. I'm in control. I'm not chasing the market, okay? It makes me feel a lot more secure when it's happening. But right now, I do believe Bitcoin is like at 60 something thousand. So yeah. And remember, it has been going down. It went a big jump down last week. I think we said that it went down 17%. It has gone back up a little bit. So who knows? Keep an eye on Bitcoin, and maybe it's a good time to buy. But yeah, it's definitely time to have a look at it. All right, let's go to our 5th page right now. Okay, here, this is where we would be like, how much money would I want to commit to this, okay? So you see in the total field at the bottom, that's how much USDT you would want to spend. I would put 50 USDT, and that's what I popped up there. That's just what I was going to do for the demo. So I typed in 50 and kind of see what happens. And then at the bottom there, you see the amount field has automatically calculated how much Bitcoin I'll get. So in this particular case, it would be 0.0064 Bitcoin. I do love SuperEx because I never have to do the maths with it. Just a quick tip to notice, available balance is actually on there. I think for this screenshot, I had available balance at 65 USDT. So that meant that I would actually be able to place that order of 50 USDT. So yeah, I always try to say people don't go all in. I know it can be really exciting, especially early on, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to make lots. But you still want to be safe and smart about it, okay? Remember, this is your hard-earned money. You don't want to be messing around too much. Okay, let's move on to this other page here. Okay, so this is a part that a lot of beginners often skip, and I really urge you guys, out of today's live stream, this is the most important part I want you guys to take away from it, is take profit and stop loss. So it's right above the buy button. You'll see a little checkbox that says take profit, stop loss. You tick it, and then these new little pull-down windows will show up, okay? So the first one is the TP trigger, your take profit. So remember, currently I put my Bitcoin was at 78,000 something. So I'm going to put my take profit at 80,000 USDT. So SuperEx even tells me right there in red, when the price reaches 80,000 USDT, it will trigger market order, and my estimated P&L will be plus 1.28 USDT. So that means if Bitcoin moves up from 78 to 80,000, the platform sells my Bitcoin automatically. I lock in my profit while I'm asleep, while I'm at work, anytime. Then the other one that you guys really need to do, this one's important for making sure your losses are minimized, is your SL trigger, your stop loss. So I put mine at 76,000 USDT, the same logic but opposite direction. If Bitcoin crashes from 78K down to 76K, the platform sells immediately, and I only lose 1.28 USDT. So I don't lose 20, I don't lose 50, my downsize is then capped. So this is the message that SuperEx will show you. It says, when the price reaches 76,000 USDT, it'll trigger market order. Read it, trust it. The system does what it actually says, and it makes sure that you feel comfortable with every single order you put through. They don't want you guys to be going crazy. They want you to be educated with every decision you make, okay? And then the final part of this would essentially be a very exciting part, because you double check all your numbers. You're happy with everything. Make sure you've got enough balance in the account, and then you buy your goodies. So you hit that big green button, buy Bitcoin button, and you're good to go. And then at the bottom here, you can see kind of like right where my head is, that is your orders tab. You don't have to sit and watch anything. The system kind of handles it all for you. So if Bitcoin does hit 78K, you buy. If it hits 80K, you sell for profit. If it crashes to 76K, you sell to cut your losses. 3 scenarios, all automatic, okay? So that's pretty much what our spot trading is like in a very rushed call to action kind of moment. I'm going to quickly just double check if remember guys, it might not even be the platform itself that is down. It's that my VPN has been moody, even though I did change to a whole bunch of other ones. I'll have to try to see what's happening there and make a plan for future live streams. But yeah, so let me just grab the share that on here. All right, but yeah, so hopefully you guys were able to get some information off that. I know the screenshots might have been a little bit of deterring, but let me quickly do a quick overview for you guys to make sure you understand what just happened. I know we wanted to do some future trading today, but I'll have to try to do that maybe tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. But pretty much the entire workflow for spot trading is you pair, you buy, you limit your price, your amount, your TP, your SL, and then you buy. That's 7 steps, all less than 2 minutes once you've done it twice, okay? And I just want to say, if this helped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which token you're going to trade first. I really do read all the comments, guys, so I would love a bit of interaction coming through. And if you don't already have a SuperEx account, the registration link is in the description below. It's a no KYC, so you can be trading in under 3 minutes. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, we'll have more things sorted for a future live stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay green, stay smart, and I'll see you guys later.